Hi guys, I trust you're well. So we're now looking at Ger40, and here we are on the monthly chart. And previously we had spoken about this area here, and we had said that it's now a very strong area of support because of touches here, a touch there, a touch here, and we saw last month's candle actually testing the area as well. And currently we are seeing that the July candle is starting to bounce off this particular area right here, and that's an indication that we might soon see price actually move further up to at least this area over here, because it is a very strong area of resistance, right? Anyway, let's proceed. So what I'm gonna do now is actually head to the weekly chart. I'm seeing that there's not really much of interest on this particular monthly chart that we should be paying attention to. So here we go. Yeah, so there goes our weekly chart. And previously we had spoken about this gap over here and how it needs to be filled because it is carrying a lot of liquidity in that area. And yeah, that is what we anticipate. Also, we spoke about how we have this M structure over here, but you guys can see that it's actually complete because price actually came all the way to this level, where this one actually ends. And in one of my previous videos, I actually spoke about how the anticipation is for price to come to this level to complete this M structure, right? So as much as we have this M structure over here, its neckline is here. The neckline was broken and price went up to the neckline to retest it, and then we saw it pushing further down. So we can now disregard this M. It has played itself out. Yeah, and let's continue. But the only thing that I'm going to keep in as far as this M is concerned is its neckline, because it's actually now a very strong area of resistance. So just bear with me as I add the neckline. And remember guys, I always say that necklines are an area and not so much an actual line. So there we go, there goes our neckline. I also had spoken about this candlestick, and I said that it's carrying a whole lot of liquidity at that level. I spoke about this one as well, it's carrying a whole lot of liquidity there. We also have this one here, it's carrying a whole lot of liquidity here, or rather there. So there's actually scope for price to reach all of these areas. And what may actually happen is, as much as we had this M structure over here, what also seems to be happening at the moment is that a W structure seems to be forming, with this being the first leg of the W structure and this side being the second leg of the W structure. Anyway, before we head down to the daily chart, I just want to make another comment, and that is that people are seeing a W structure, oh excuse me, happening here. And when it comes to W structures, guys, what normally happens, as I say, is that a lot of traders and investors buy on the second leg of the W. So because last week's candle closed as a pin bar, a lot of people saw that as confirmation to buy, right? It closed as a pin bar, and a lot of people saw that as confirmation to buy. So the anticipation in their mind is that price will do this, right? Putting their stop losses just below this area over here. So as we speak, there's a whole lot of money sitting just below this area. And what may also happen is that the market may actually push to the neckline here, which is now a strong area of resistance, and push further down to grab those stop losses that are sitting in this region. So there is also a possibility, and we just need to keep it in the back of our minds. Nonetheless, let's keep moving forward. Let's see. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do now is actually head to the daily chart. The first thing that I'm going to do on this particular chart is actually add my channel. Just bear with me. So there goes my channel. There goes my channel. There we go. We just need to ensure that it is as accurate as possible. That should do it. Let's proceed. So here we are on the daily chart. So what do we see on the daily chart that is interesting that we should be paying attention to? To be honest, I don't see much, except that we had these three candles, um, which were very strong bullish candles pushing up. Another thing that I see is that price at the moment is testing this neckline of this M structure over here. And what may actually happen is we might see a bounce of this line and price pushing further down actually, right? And in my previous video, I also spoke about the fact that what did I say in the previous video? Yeah. So in the previous video, I spoke about that because we had price closing below this neckline, it may push further up to retest the neckline and then push further down. That's what I said in the previous video, right? I also spoke about the Fibonacci retracement tool. Actually, let me just edit again just to see if the neckline actually aligns with any of the key levels that we have on the tool. There we go. And we can see that the neckline of this M structure aligns with the 61.8% Fibonacci zone. So this is confluence in as far as selling goes, because number one, we have the M structure. Number two, we have the neckline. Number three, we have price breaking the neckline and going back to it to retest it. And we can see that last Friday's candle closed just below, or rather right on top of the neckline of that M structure. So what may happen next is we should actually be looking for possible selling opportunities. I'm not saying we should sell just because price is here and we have confluence. I'm saying we should be looking for possible selling opportunities. However, we need further reasons. We need more confluence. We can't just sell based on the M, the neckline, and the Fibonacci retracement tool being at 61%, right? So we need further reasons. Anyway, I'm just gonna add a neckline to that M structure as well, so that we don't forget about it, because it is also very much important. So just bear with me. Here we go. There goes the neckline. And as I said, guys, a neckline is an area. It is not a line. It is an area, right? So anyway, let's proceed. So what else do we see on this chart that is interesting or significant? I don't see anything further on my side. So what I will do is head down to the H4 chart. So here we are on the H4 chart. I'm just gonna fix my channel, which I drew on the daily chart. There we go. That should be fine. Let's see. Another thing that I'm going to do on this H4 chart is draw my H4 channel as well, and I'm gonna draw it in this manner. Just bear with me. There we go. There we go. So guys, we have confluence actually. I don't know if you can see what's actually happening, but we now have confluence. We have confluence because we spoke about number one. Just bear with me. So we spoke about number one, this M structure. Number two, the neckline of that M structure. Number three, we had said that price had broken the neckline and then went back to it to retest it at this level. And the neckline number four aligns with the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement. So another confirmation that we should indeed be selling is that we have this trend line here, and we have a first touch there, second touch there, third touch there, and a fourth touch there. So we should indeed be selling in as far as I'm concerned. In fact, I think it would have been good if you sold on Friday, right? We don't know what's going to happen in the next week, but in my humble opinion, this was definitely a sell, right? In my humble opinion, it's just an opinion. I'm not saying that you should sell, but me personally, I probably would have sold at this point as well. Um, However, I would have needed to keep in the back of my mind that we also have a W structure in this region, with the neckline being there. And I said to you guys that when it comes to W structures, ideally would love to see price break the neckline and then come back to the neckline to retest it and then push further up, right? So can you see that this W's neckline has not been tested as yet? And what may happen is price from where it is may push to this level over here, which is the neckline of the W structure. So had I sold here, my first take profit would have been this area right here. All right, that would have been my first take profit. Um, yeah. So what else do we see? Actually, before we continue, I'm just gonna add a neckline to the W structure as well. So just bear with me. There we go. I'm just gonna also add the Fibonacci retracement tool just to see if this neckline of this W structure aligns with any of the key numbers. So just bear with me. Let's see. Let's see. So can you guys see that the neckline of this W structure actually aligns with the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement zone? So this, I think, would be a good take profit area if I had sold at this point, right? Um, Another thing that is also very much important, let me just delete this Fibonacci tool. Another thing that is also very much important is the fact that we have this candlestick over here, and it is a liquidity candlestick, and I'm not 100% sure if the liquidity up here has been triggered. I'm not 100% sure if the liquidity that it was carrying was triggered by this candlestick over here. I'm not 100% sure. If not, what may happen early next week is price may push to this point to grab that liquidity and then maybe push further down to here to test the neckline of this W structure. I hope that makes sense, guys. So that is it in as far as my analysis goes of Ger40. If you have any further questions, just make them in the relevant sections, and we'll take it from there. And thanks, guys, for watching, and peace out.